Welcome back to your Game of Thrones recaps. Today is episode 5, First of His Name. Let's get right to it. All hail King 10-year-old, first of his name, protector of the realm, and probably not as bad as his brother cousin, or his stepdad, Robert. Tommen has the world's lamest coronation ceremony as 2 kings have died in the last year or so, and there's probably going to be another king in a week, so what's the point? At the ceremony, Margaery asks Cersei if she should call her mom or sister, as Cersei is set to marry Margaery's brother Loras. So, if Margaery marries Tommen, then Cersei marries Loras. Cersei will be both Tommen's mother and his sister-in-law, while Margaery will be married to her own nephew. Later, Tywin shares a little family secret with his own daughter Cersei. A Lannister doesn't necessarily always pay his debts. It seems that the gold mines have run dry, and that Tywin has been borrowing money from the Iron Bank of Braavos for a very long time. Cersei says she doesn't understand. Why can't he just write them a check? Now, Tywin tries to explain how checks work, but Cersei gets bored and asks him to buy her a gold necklace. And Tywin sighs, secretly hoping the Braavosi will take him away from this forever. Meanwhile, Littlefinger shows up in the Vale with Sansa in tow, dressed in his best Neo cosplay. Sansa finally gets to meet her Aunt Lysa and has to lie and tell her she loves the ugly sweater she sent at Christmas. As Sansa leaves, Lysa tells Littlefinger that she can't wait to get married and she has wanted him for so long. Long before he told her to kill her husband, and long before she lied to her sister, and long before she accidentally started a war. Oops. So Littlefinger does the honorable thing by agreeing to marry her, or whatever it will take to shut her up. Then, later, that night, Sansa gets the worst present of all from her aunt, hearing her have sex with Littlefinger. Ugh. In Meereen, Dany finally learns of Joffrey's death 3 episodes ago, and tells Ser Jorah that a spoiler alert would be nice next time. Dany wants to know if she's got enough power to take King's Landing, but her advisors warn her that the Red Keep has +7 strength, and she's going to need to roll an 8 or higher to win that battle. Jorah then tells her that insurgents have begun popping up in both Astapor and Yunkai. So, Dany commits billions of taxpayers' dollars over the next decade to fight a war that no one wanted in the first place. Why? Because she can. Half a mile from King's Landing, Brienne and Pod stop to rest for the 3rd time this week. Brienne isn't impressed with Pod's squiring skills and tries to fire him, but since he's there as an unpaid intern and really needs this for his resume, she agrees to let him stay on. Back in King's Landing, Cersei pays Oberyn a visit, who is also wearing terrible Neo cosplay. Apparently, there is only one man dress store in all of Westeros, and he and Littlefinger are the only ones who shop there. Oberyn is writing a poem, but can't get past rhyming Dorne with porn. Cersei asks him to bring a gift for her daughter Marcella with him when he returns to Dorne. Oberyn agrees, and then Cersei shows him that it's a giant boat, which is definitely going to put his suitcase over the 50-pound limit. Arya and the Hound still head toward the Vale, or maybe away from the Vale, or maybe they haven't moved at all, since none of them have any sense of direction. Arya reads the Hound her list of people she wants to kill. It includes his brother, which he's okay with, and him, which he's also okay with. The Hound then tells her to show him how she's going to do it, and Arya's sword bounces off his armor and she falls to the ground, and the Hound sighs, secretly hoping that the Iron Bank will somehow take him away as well. At Craster's Keep, Bran, Mirror, Jojen, and Hodor are about to give up all hope when Jojen tells Bran that he's seen next season, and they have to keep going. They don't believe him at first, but then he sets his hand on fire with his mind. So, who are they to argue with that? Carl comes in to rape Mirror, but Jojen manages to stop him when he tells him that he has the sight, the ability to see things that haven't happened yet. Carl doesn't believe him, but Jojen tells him that he's going to die tonight, and also that he loved him in The Dark Knight Rises. Before Carl can figure out what that means, the Mighty Morphin Night's Watch Rangers attack. Locke slips away from the battle and finds Bran, cutting him with his knife. Bran starts calling for Jon, but it's no use. And just as Locke picks up Bran, Bran yells Shazam! And wargs into Captain Hodor, who breaks free from his chains and catches up with Locke. Now, out of nowhere, someone yells, "Finish him!" And Hodor performs his fatality, killing Locke dead. Now that he's closer, Bran tries to get Jon's attention again, but Jojen and Mera have finally found their copy of A Storm of Swords and saw that none of this is in the book, so they better get out of here as fast as they can. It turns out that Hodor took the book weeks ago so that he could write his own POV chapter. Finally, inside Craster's Keep, Jon finds Carl and the boss battle begins. Carl bangs his knives together, which is Jon's signal to attack, but Jon is losing hit points by the second, so he finally puts in a cheat code and gets one of Craster's wives to kill Carl for him. Outside, Jon is finally reunited with Ghost, and then offers Craster's wives safety at Castle Black. They thank him, but decide to stay where they are and fare on their own, so naturally, Jon burns their house down. Ramsay and Reek start a fight club and argue over which one is the Tyler Durden. Dany orders a new throne from IKEA and makes Ser Jorah put it together. And Tyrion prepares a list of famous quotes from courtroom movies to use in his trial. "It would seem that the truth is something which cannot be handled by you." Wow, that was friggin' terrible. I apologize for that. Ugh. And there you have it, your episode recap for First of His Name. Make sure you tune in again next week for our episode 6 recap. And if you liked this video, make sure to click like and subscribe below to get recaps all season long. See you next week.